Hello, River Landing. Before moving to North Carolina from Waco, Texas, I served a church in that place called Jerusalem on the Brazos, or Waco, Texas, known only for three things: Baylor University, Chip and Joanna Gaines, and the Branch Davidians. Well, 2 out of 3 isn't bad. While I was serving that church in Waco, a group of Baylor faculty set out to identify and honor the most effective preachers in the English-speaking world. During the search, they asked professors of homiletics to identify the characteristics of great preaching. One of those professors sent a tape of himself preaching. If you have to nominate yourself for a Nobel Prize, you're probably not going to get it. And that was the case for the professor of preaching. It took over a year, but 12 preachers were identified as the best and brought to Baylor over a period of a year. There were names like Tom Long, Barbara Brown Taylor, and James Forbes on the list. But one of the 12 was Chuck Swindoll. You may know of his writing. Like the others, he was scheduled to speak in the chapel service at Truett Seminary on Tuesday, at University Chapel on Wednesday, and then a community service that evening. Well, on the day before he was to arrive, he canceled due to some family emergency. Monday afternoon, I received a call from the dean of the seminary asking if I could preach in Chuck's place that next morning. The dean was a member of my church. I said, "Brad, people will come to chapel expecting to hear Chuck Swindoll, one of the 12 most effective preachers in the English-speaking world, and they're going to get me instead. Surely there is a more deserving animal sacrifice." But there wasn't. Thankfully, I didn't have time to get nervous or prepare. The next morning, to a full chapel, the dean introduced me as one of the 12 most available preachers in the Waco area. It was a great laugh line, but I came to appreciate it as a compliment. What higher praise is there than being available to a friend who's hurting, a spouse who needs an ear, states devastated by flooding, nonprofits who need volunteers, healthcare residents who need a visit? Could you be one of the 12 most available? I pray so. Have a great week, my friends.